Hello. John's trying to herd Donkey into the office. He is coming down. Whatever. Hi. How are you? Happy Sunday. Oh, goodness. We're having a beautiful, beautiful weather day here. Hello. I am just straightening my screen out. There we go. Hello. Afternoon. Good evening. Hello. Oh. Donkey's in here with me right now. John's trying to corral him. How is everybody? What did you bring to work on? I need to hear. Yes, they're like lovebirds, Eileen said. Parrot colors. It totally reminds me of lovebirds. Hello. Thank you. Let's see. Trying to reach my pedal on my spinning wheel. Hello. Craft Design has socks today. Oh, Crazy Mountain is knitting a brioche cowl. That's going to be nice and warm. Oh, Kelly, laundry day and doing paperwork for her mother. It's nice here too. Anne said it's a beautiful day in Ohio. It is really nice here. I did some weeding in the backyard. John mowed the lawn. I was getting ready to pick up for, as he called it, the arm tunnels on the sweater I'm working on. It's like you pick up the whole outside of the sleeve and then knit short rows. So I don't know if I've ever done that before. Hello, Elsbeth. Elizabeth said alternating between the weekender and socks. That sounds nice. Lisa said I'm thinking maybe knitting, setting, what is it? The gradient and hopefully a fingering weight spinning. Right? For my Alaska hat. Carrie said we just finished the Dungeons and Dragons movie and now I'm re-knitting the toe of the sock I messed up during an action scene. Sorry. It's okay. That's just the, when you knit during movies. Eileen said I'm working on a cabled cardigan. Love it. I'm currently knitting the pockets on or in. Nice. Tracy's stuck at the car show. She said we'll be listening as we walk. Doesn't sound like Tracy is happy to be at the car show. Anne said laundry day here too. Me too. I've got mine going, although tomorrow will be sheets. Knitting her summer silk ranunculus in between loads of laundry. Carrie's going to knit a weekender. She said, I'm casting on a weekender after finishing these socks. Hello, Deanna. Spinning baby pink to hot pink bats. Fun. Kimberly said, I've cast on a second ranunculus in sage green cotton linen yarn. Just came in from working in my garden. We still can't plant. Maybe next weekend. Because of, freezing at night. Jules said, hey, I'm working on some spinning on my wheel and sock knitting. Sock number 2. Good job. Beautiful day out in Pennsylvania. Is sunny in 70s. I think we're probably in like the high 60s, mid to high 60s. The window's open. Yeah, Elizabeth said to Carrie, how fun about the weekender. Elizabeth said I'll be finishing the first of 2 woven scarves. Wait, is this on the new loom, Elizabeth? She said, when I finish cleaning the bathrooms, reward weaving for the win. Look at you. So you're rewarding yourself for cleaning the bathrooms with weaving. Is that it? I get it. Wait, there's something in my wool. Let me get it out. What is that? I don't know. M. Matthew said, working pressed flower shawl and just spun up a few ounces of merino I picked up at the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. That's fun. Anne said, this is my first ranunculus. I decided to join the cool kids. Oh gosh, Eileen. That must have been fun. She said, I once spent a summer as a camp counselor in a Girl Scout camp in Pennsylvania. I was 19, just finished high school. Great memories. I bet. I loved camp. There was probably like 15 years of my life where I wanted to like be the director of a summer camp because I loved going to summer camp so much. And Girl Scout camp was my first one. Oh, I almost spilled that. It's just water. Hi, Helen. Hope you're well too. Hi, Angie. Oh my goodness. Carrie said I'll be knitting my weekender with the Snuggle Time. Snuggle Time. Is that the one that's like teal and brown and gold? I'm having trouble with my break. Tracy said, I do support my husband's love of vintage cars, but the engine talk is a foreign language to me, so I will look interested while I listen to y'all. There you go. Elsbeth said, yes, I literally just read that as Game of Thrones. The GOT. To clean the bathrooms, and I have got to finish one of the scarves, so adult choices. I'm so glad you're weaving on that loom, though, Elsbeth, because that has been such a journey, and it's really great to hear that you're weaving on it, you know? That you got there. Good job persistence-wise. It's easy to get discouraged. Elizabeth said to Anne, I'm not cool enough to cast that on. I don't even know what it is. So, hello, Kathia. Lisa said, I'm reward spinning after planting my flower boxes on my deck. You look at you guys all getting stuff done. I did plant some herbs, but that's it. Kimberly said, we're on lamb watch. Rosemary is due sometime before the end of the month. Poor ewes are miserable with the unseasonably hot temps we're having. Oh. Eileen said we still have a chance, Trish, as we work out a Fibre Love Diary camp. See, now, if I could pass a summer camp style thing off as a retreat, I would do it. In fact, one of the places that I have looked at is a place that I went to summer camp for like, I'm going to say from 3rd grade through 7th or 8th grade. So 4 or 5 years. It was the best. But they also have adult, I don't know, like retreat facility kind of stuff. But I feel like just because I'm nostalgic about it and I love it, doesn't mean everybody will, if that makes sense. Evie, hello. Evie's on lunch break. Caitlin said, hi, I'm weaving today and thought I'd try hanging out today a little too far from the Wi-Fi to be sure this will work. Uh-oh. Margarita has good news. Oh, Margarita has good news about the sheep. They've been sheared. Okay, we better talk. Elspeth said still have a ways to go on the big A loom. You can just type it out if you want, Elspeth. She said have to... Oh, you mean the scarves aren't on it. I was thinking that when you said yes, you meant yes, you were weaving on it. Have to swap out the remaining Colonial 1 replacements with the original parts, and then you'll be good. That's great. Elizabeth asked, was it Lake Anne? It was not. If I tell you what the lake was, it'll be so easy to find out. And I don't want to tell you because I'm not saying it's never going to happen. It might happen someday. Eileen said that would be so cool. Do it in September when the kids are back in school. Definitely. They're open through October, and October here is really beautiful. So it would probably be like late September or October. Hello, Cynthia. Anne said ranunculus is a beautiful top-down sweater. There are over 18,000 projects. Wow. Okay, wait, there's something in my... Okay, I got it. Elsbeth wants to know too, Margarita. Craft Design said being nostalgic and loving the camp means you will be able to create something others will love as well. But what has always stopped me? Oh, you know what? Thank you, Lisa, for saying that. Let me fix it. Okay, is it better? It should be better. Margarita said I'll be in Indiana in July, but you are welcome to pick it up early. Oh my goodness. Okay, well we'll talk. Let's talk about it. Lisa said summer camp was one of my favorite summer activities so much that I was an assistant counselor when I was 15. When I was 15, I was starting to go through my like rebellious years, so that wouldn't have been good. Elsbeth said the scarves are on it. Oh, I see. But the brake coil is on the wrong coil size, so it's workable but not ideal. I see. It's workable but not ideal. I have to get the warp off to be able to exchange the coils. Got it. Elizabeth said, sorry, it's just on my mind, as my son is headed up there now for the camp season as a program director in his year-long internship master's program. What type of camp is it, Elizabeth? I didn't even know there was a summer camp on Lake Anne, but I have been to a retreat on Lake Anne before. Gosh, probably 4 or 5 years ago now. Well, it must be at least 4 years ago because it was before COVID. Kimberly. Oh, Michael. Michael's here. Sorry. It says I bought a shocked 4-shaft baby wolf from our local humane society for $350. Wow, what a deal! A lady passed away and left her house and all the contents to them. Sounds like a really great buy. Hello, Kai. Lena said, hello, everybody. Finally, I made it to the live again. Good to see you, too. Crystal said, yes, I can hear you now. You guys, I have this, like, little... Sometime I should probably show you the setup, but I have this little shelf, like, with a basket on it that holds all the cables and power supplies and all the stuff I need for when I go live. And when I'm done, I always stick the microphone in there, and I forgot to take it out. Sorry. So it was like blocked a whole bunch. Hello, Shaylee. Shaylee said, I used to work at Lake Anne Camp, so it's just called Lake Anne Camp. What a small world. It is a couple hours from me. Maybe 2.5? I'm not sure. I have been there a couple times. Elsbeth said, I never went to camp. This is fascinating convo and new to me. Well, you know, I'm the youngest in my family. And I think my mom was like, how can I, like, get her out of here in a safe, organized manner that'll keep her busy, and then I won't have to do it. And so I went to camp a lot. I probably did 5 or 6 weeks out of the summers most years. Sleepaway camp. Hello, Celtic Seahorse. Julie said, summer camp made me the person I am today. Was a camp counselor at a GS camp in northern Wisconsin for like 14 years. What is GS? I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't know. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Jan from Colorado. Elizabeth said it's called Camp Lake Anne, and I know they do a lot of retreats and conferences throughout the year. I did not even know about it. Lisa said I was rebellious at 15 on up, but camp was still great with the other assistant counselors. We sat on porches when the kids were asleep, playing our guitars and singing. Great memories. I bet. Camp songs are the best. Kai said I never went to any official camps before, but last summer I did go up to New York for a week to help out at my family friend's sheep farm. That's probably the better kind of camp. I never got to do that, but I did get to do horseback riding. Evie said, I have a question about Paradise Fibre. I went to your website to see if you were still affiliated. I am still an affiliate with them. She said, but I couldn't find anything and had trouble making my purchase, so you can get credit. All you have to do is use one of the links from under the videos. If you just use the link that I posted, I will get whatever. It depends on what you buy, but the affiliate thing works. And you can let them know after the fact if you want to, but I mean, I know that's a pain, so I would never ask anybody to. Eileen said that's what most parents of the kids in camp thought, I am sure. I'm sure. Oh, duh, Girl Scouts. Thank you, Jan. For Girl Scout camp, I went to Camp Anna Barons in Michigan. I don't even know where it is. I was only like in second grade. Elizabeth said, Fibre Arts, yes, that's it. I always get confused if camp is at the beginning or end of the... Oh, to Shaylee, sorry. Yes, that's it. I always get confused if camp is at the beginning or end of the name. Got it. Thank you, Eileen. Girl Scout. How did I not get that? Angie said we didn't do camp here in the UK when I was growing up. Not sure nowadays. Wow, I can't believe this. Anne was also a camp counselor at Girl Scout camp in Colorado the summer between high school and college. It's one of the most major life-changing events in my life. Hello, Karen. How did it change your life? I'm curious because I loved some of my counselors so much. I still remember some of them. I have a letter from one of them that I keep. And that's what made me want to be a camp director. I loved it so much. Jan said Girl Scouts were a huge learning experience in my life. Taught me more than church or school, honestly. Wow. Celtic Seahorse said in the UK, the only camp for kids is if they are in Scouts or Girl Guides. Is that different? Boy Scouts and Girl Guides? It is, right? Crystal said anytime I went to anything summer camp like, I always thought it a bad idea. I was wrong. Why was it a bad idea? That's terrible. Caitlin said to Julie, where in northern Wisconsin? I went to Girl Scout camp in Rhinelander. Oh my goodness. I don't think that's too far away from my sister. Cheryl said, oh, Warped new to her inkle loom for card weaving for the first time. Cheryl, that's exciting. Julie said Clark Hills Girl Scout camp in Wasaki. Is that right? How was it? Waswaki. Hello, Sally. Oh, Karen hugs. I wish I could hug you. Elizabeth said I was a camp counselor the summer before my senior year of high school. Loved it so much. I can't believe this. How many of you guys were counselors and campers? Lisa said camp songs like Aretha Franklin, Loggins, and Messina. And other popular songs of the 70s. Lots of folk music. That sounds fun. Yes. Girl Guides are Girl Scouts in the UK. Okay, got it. Crystal said these activities was always spend 5 seconds on the interesting thing, then stand around and wait for everyone to get their act together. Eileen said in the Netherlands, I went to camp with my own Girl Scout group. There wasn't a fixed place where kids who weren't affiliated with the group went. It's different, but we still had camps. Okay, so you don't have camps that are outside Scout camp either. Wasaki. Oh, Sally. Okay, so Sally said she went to 4-H camp. There is a place in Michigan that is now been sold. That was a 4-H camp, and it was where I went to spinning retreats. If that place was open, we'd be having a retreat. No joke. It was called the Kettenen Center, and I believe, well, I'm not sure who they sold it to. I was going to say I think I know, but I'm not totally sure. And it was a 4-H camp center for kids, but they did adult retreats too. Kai said, considering getting an Ashford traditional, what do y'all think? There's got to be opinions on those because those wheels are all over the place. Danielle said, hope everyone is good this weekend. Long weekend. What is it? What is your, Danielle, you're in Canada, right? Because it says, I think that's supposed to be Canada. Is there a holiday? Anne said, I am from Texas, so Colorado was very far away. Being responsible for all those girls, most of whom had never been away from home before, was a wake up for me, but it was the best experience. I bet some of them remember you to this day and love you. Oh, yep. Okay. Victoria Day weekend. Okay, we have a lot of people who have just gotten here. What did you bring to work on today? What are you working on? What's your like main project right now? Unless you're like our Kim, who has many projects. You can say them all if you want. I'm getting ready to do the arm tunnels on my sweater. Obviously not here. There's no way I could focus on that while we're having fun. Kimberly said, I never got to go to summer camp. I grew up on a huge family farm and we kids were sharecroppers. Maybe that's why I feel so obligated to garden and preserve it like an apocalypse crazed prepper. It probably has something to do with it because I know I have a garden because my dad always had a garden and I have great memories from it. Karen said we didn't have groups like that where I lived in Northern California. My parents bought me a horse. We lived on the beach and I just ran all over the place. Some neighborhood kids are lifelong friends. That's so nice though, isn't it? That we could do that back then. Carrie said Ashford Traditional was my first wheel. I used it for almost 20 years with no issues and only sold it to get my current Ladybug. Lisa said I've been to the Kettnan Center for 4-H leader training. Great place. Too bad they couldn't keep it going. I think it was like the very beginning of COVID. They were like, we can't. Crystal said, I'm working on getting these socks done, then trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my bits and bobs of yarn. Nice. Margarita wants to spin now. Elizabeth said, I am not in touch with any of my campers, but I am still in touch with some of my fellow counselors. That's so nice. Friends for life. Shaylee's weaving a scarf. I've been seeing your posts, your weaving posts, Shaylee, and your weaving is looking beautiful. Jan said, I'm knitting socks using Patton's yarn for men's socks. It's more robust, but hard on my hands. It's pretty stiff. It wears great, though. Eileen said, wasn't it Ascension Day on Thursday? Not in the UK, but France. And the Netherlands had a day off. So many took long weekend. I see. Okay, Angie said, Traddy is a good starter wheel that you can easily get parts and add-ons, but add-ons for, but resale value isn't great. But that means if you get a great deal, it doesn't really matter so much. Ellen said, weaving napkins for my daughter's wedding. That's fun. Congratulations, Ellen. Danielle said, crocheted a project basket yesterday, going to make another today with a different yarn to see how it sizes out. That's also fun. A project basket. So to keep it in, keep projects in. Celtic Seahorse said, I'm working on my mother's birthday present for November. Wow, you are ahead of the game. Karen Halo Ogo. I don't know that one. Double Down Wrap. Caitlin said, my main project is my tapestry I'm working on. It's an example of my work for a grant I'm trying to apply to. Exciting. After that, I'm all stuffed animals for the rest of the summer. Okay, Angie needs some ladybug info. She said, Carrie, is the ladybug better? Bonnie said, I'm still working on the newborn dress for my coming grandbaby. I finished the skirt and just starting the bodice. That's so fun. Baby stuff is so fun to work on. I don't understand it, but maybe because it's so tiny. Cynthia said, I'm finishing a hand-spun, hand-woven llama blanket. I sold it for $1,500. My eyes. As soon as I get it finished, I can send it off to its new parents. That's exciting. Elizabeth said, I was watching Sandy Brock's video yesterday, and I think she said something about Alberta having wildfires. Not flowers. Can anyone confirm? Lena said, I make roll eggs with my blending board to go. It is a mini board, which I can tie to my leg, so I work with it on the sofa. Nice. Hello, Athena. I gotta take these off. Sorry, they're pinching my head. Karen said, Elizabeth, I just love Sandy Brock. I don't... Oh, excuse me, sir. I don't remember that part about the forest fires. Anne said, Kai, what are you currently spinning on? Kai, are you spinning on the wheel your grandpa made you? Carrie said, Angie, no, it's just as good. I changed because I have chronic pain. The traddy was a single treadle and caused uneven posture. The ladybug is double treadle and I can use it longer with less pain. Hello, Andy. Luther's just, you know. Crystal said, I think baby stuff is fun to work on because it's pretty fast. I think of baby stuff as it's like potato chips, instant gratifications. Yeah, like I can knit a baby sweater in a weekend so easily. Cheryl said, yes, there are fires. Okay, Danielle said, yes, it's called the Starlight Basket by TL Yarn Crafts. I'll have to look that up. It's just what I need to hold my shawl whip. Karen said, I'm making socks. My husband has finally seen the light on hand knitted socks. How long did it take, Karen? And so they're always on my needles now. I've also gotten kind of a little quilting in my binge. Wait, and I don't have a... Wait. A little quilting in my binge, quitting in my binge. I'm not sure what it means. And I don't have a long arm. Jan said fires. The smoke from the fires in Canada filled Colorado for several days. The world is so interconnected. What happens affects us all somehow. Praying for rain for Canada. Man, the wildfires, it's so scary. It's so scary to think about. Kai said, yep, using his wheel and occasionally a Lua S10 that was gifted to me. Athena said to Eileen, you are right. I had a long weekend here in the Netherlands. Was working long hours, though, painting the fence. Okay, I'm sorry I couldn't read it, because Karen said typos. A lot of times I can figure it out if I give it a second, but I couldn't. Kay Nelson, I'm taking a day off from knitting after completing 2 pairs of newborn socks in 48 hours on 0 needles. You probably need a break. I usually use zeros for socks, and every time I switch to a bigger needle, it still feels weird. Hello, Rhonda. Karen said, so many typos. So sorry, I'm on a quilting bench, and I recently bought a long arm. Got it. Angie said, my traddy is double treadle. I bought the kit years ago. Maybe I will save my money on the ladybug and keep saving for a Magic Craft rose. I would like one of those too, Angie. That's the only wheel that I know of right now that I would kind of like. Oh, it should be binge. Got it. Quilting binge. Elspeth said to Jan, smoke from fires reached Vancouver. Gross out for a few days with smoke in the air. Hello, Joanne. You're not late. You're here right on time, right when you're supposed to be. You ever think about what if it's true we're right where we're supposed to be all the time? How nice would that be? You could just relax a little. Karen said the first socks he kept as treasures, and then I insisted he start wearing them, and he saw the light. Oh, nice. But how long did it take? So the first pair he started to wear, he saw the light right away. Michael said bringing Kim to the Black Sheep gathering in Albany, Oregon, for their anniversary, hoping to meet up with some tribe members there. I saw that Kim posted, I think it was Kim, posted about it in the group. Margarita said, my son Ethan graduates from high school on the 31st. So many senior things to do. Made lots of balloons for last weekend. Awesome. I remember those days. I saw his prom pictures, Margarita. That looked really, really fun. What are his plans after? Is he going to college after? Does he have plans? Sometimes you don't. It's okay. Eileen said to Athena, I only know as my mom asked me how my day had been on Thursday, and we had a nice bit of confusion as I live in the UK now and Ascension Day isn't a thing here. Mom thought I had the day off. Oh, my goodness. Hang on. Sorry. I got a mosquito bite. It's itching. Crystal said, ha, I threw caution to the wind and knit this sock toe my way. Have to remember for the second sock. Uh-oh. Those are famous last words for me. I gotta remember this. That'll be on my tombstone. Oh, Karen said only 23 years. Is that all? Celtic Seahorse said, I've just received an EEW Nano 2 e-spinner for my birthday last Sunday. Have fun. Anne asked if I have a Kromsky. Do I have thoughts? Versus the Matchless. I have a, oh my gosh, what do you call it? Minstrel. I have a Minstrel. And I have helped somebody with a mazurka. They're so hard to compare because it really depends on what you want to do and what you like as a person, like what you value in your spinning, how you spin. I really think you just need to try out both. I don't think one's necessarily better than the other, but I do think my Matchless will do a little bit more, if that makes sense. Like right out of the box, it'll do a little more, but I could be wrong. Kay Nelson said, love my Nano too. Cynthia said, I plan on being at Black Sheep. When and where do you want to meet? Crystal asked, how do you like your Nano? Joanne said, sock question. First pair from Unique, superwash nylon, and are touch big. Any way to shrink them? If you wash them and put them in the dryer, they should temporarily shrink a bit. I don't know about Unique. Some of them will shrink a little bit the first time and every time. It just depends on the yarn a lot. But if it were me, Joanne, I would dampen them, but not soak them. Throw them in the dryer for like 5 minutes. Take them out and see how they are. And then just do like 1 or 2 minutes at a time. But superwash is pretty famous for growing, and it really does need to get washed and partially dried in order to not continue to grow, if that makes sense, or kind of snap it back into shape. But all the yarns are a little different. I used Unique Earth once, and that was it for me. Margarita said he's attending Oklahoma City University and majoring in music education. He got a scholarship for his bass playing. That's awesome. Jan said, chiming in on spinning wheels. I love my shocked flat iron. Tried many wheels, but I just love the flat irons. Athena said to Eileen, that must have been a bit disappointing. I hope you get another day off in the UK soon. Andy said, I wish I could make it to Albany. Celtic Seahorse said to Crystal, haven't used it yet. I'm drop spindling some fiber at the moment and plan to use it to ply with. Kay Nelson said, love it, but they are finicky, but so portable. Exactly. My main wheel is a Hansen Craft. Rhonda's watching today while cleaning house. Hubby Sis and her hubby will be here tomorrow. That's going to be fun. I love a good visit. But I hate getting ready. Karen said, Joanne, I did that. They were just a big, wait a minute. What? I just started washing them and drying them in a hot dryer. After about the 4th time, they actually started to tighten up and shrink down. Okay, so Karen kind of has the same, sorry, you guys, there's something stuck in this bowl. Advice. Just be cautious while you're doing it. Crystal said, I promise it will be a bit fiddly, so be patient with yourself using it. Karen said, I sometimes think the superwash starts to not be as effective after they've been washed numerous times, but I'm not an expert. I don't know. Karen, I agree. And I have kind of like researched it, but I'm also not an expert. One of the ways to make it superwash is to coat it with this stuff, like a polymer, so like a plasticky type of thing. And I think what is happening is that it is washing off over time or wearing off, because I have had the same experience. And I don't even think they use the old method, because there is another way of making things superwash, and I don't think it's being used anymore. So I think that's the only one. I could be wrong about, but I did read that on one like article about it. I know, confusing. Celtic Seahorse said, Crystal, can't be any worse than the Kiwi 3 I have that I can't get along with. What is the trouble you're having? I would love to hear. Kimberly said to Cynthia, this will be our first time. Joanne said, thanks, we'll try it. Yeah, just be careful. It'll be okay. Angie, there's a video coming up about it, a real review. She asked, do I still have the EEW6 I bought? I do still have it. And there will be a video with a review and some chat about what's going on with it. Because the first thing was really an unboxing. People were calling it a review, but you can't really review it till you've tried it a while. Hello, Jerry. Welcome. She said, I hope you're all doing well today. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a nice day. Kimberly said, we don't know the lay of the land yet, but we'll communicate in the Facebook group as things develop. Eileen said to Karen, I think it depends on the brand. I agree. And which superwash. Okay, so Eileen, are they still using both of the methods? I thought one of them was like kind of banned in most countries because it was the one where they dissolved the scales. I thought was banned pretty much everywhere. Crystal said, honest to Pete, Troll kicks me off the Wi-Fi one more time. I'm never knitting him socks again. How does he kick you off? Kai, what are you working on right now? I need to know. How are your silkworms? Kai said to Celtic Seahorse, my friend calls Kiwis little devils. Oh, Celtic Seahorse said, can't get the action of the double treadle. The wheel keeps going one way, then the other. Have you practiced without anything on it and then with just like commercial yarn? Because I swear by, I don't know how new you are to spinning, but it doesn't even matter if you have a new wheel. I swear by using a commercial yarn and just feeding it on to help you get your treadle action working really smoothly, I guess. I don't know if that's exactly just so that you feel the, not just the rhythm, but also the depth and how high you have to go back up and all the bounce of it. I hope that I don't know. It's hard. I need to look at this. Still going. Okay, Joanne said, I'm enjoying my EEW6, my first wheel, and I like being able to concentrate on drafting, plus so fast compared to spindling. I think almost any wheel is super fast compared to spindling, but I've also seen people spin really, really quickly. Crystal said he is trying to connect something that is arguing with him, and he is administrator, so he can boot a suspicious connection. I guess that's me. What? Jules said, agreed. Practice just the feet first. The feet first. Fellow Kiwi owner. I do think that a lot of new wheels, a lot of times people need it because they're different. Anne said, you are right. Commercial manufacturers coat the fiber with a polymer to make it superwash. The difficulty is that there is no standard for the amount of coating applied. Sorry, I can't read. I'm struggling today. Sorry. Also, I was going to ask you guys, Well, I guess let me catch up and then I'll ask. Angie said, I tried raising silkworms once. They got quite big, but then all suddenly died over 2 days and turned to slime. Sad and rather gross. That's terrible. Anne said, more coating equals more slippery and longer lasting. So that makes sense. Lena said, I have to leave now. Bye, Lena. Thank you for coming. I will watch the remaining video tomorrow. Have a nice Sunday. You too. Eileen said, I noticed some brands wear better after lots of washing and drying. I knitted lots of socks for my landlord over time. Lots of differences in brands. I agree. It is so different. And I also suspect, but I don't know this for a fact, that there is a difference because of the wools they start out with. You know, even if they're coated, some of them, it's just like, there's only so much you can do. And then some of them would probably do pretty well without the coating, but then when you add the coating, they're like super wash, if that makes sense. They're really super wash. Cynthia said, I have the same trouble with my Spinolution Queen Bee. I will try your method, Trish. Try it. Cheryl said, I spun £1 for the Tour de Fleece last year. Wait, Cheryl, what did you spin £1 of? Kai said, nothing very exciting. In the process of making a video about silk hankies, which, by the way, let me know any questions so I can answer them. I hope you're going to show your genius drafting trick. And he said, the silkworms are great, I think. Rhonda said, oh, that braid in the background of your wheel is pretty. Oh, that is the Paradise Fibers one from April, I think. I haven't started it yet. Whoops. It is really pretty. It's got so many colors. Kai said they're all cozy in the cocoons. Okay, so Celtic Seahorse said, practicing with commercial and with no yarn, I can be quite fidgety with my feet anyhow. At least it was free. Saw it standing on the edge of a driveway. Wow. And asked the owner if I could have it. Wow. You got a free one? Tina said, just jumped in, but heard silkworms. My mom was a preschool teacher, so my boys had silkworms every year growing up. Now, how does that tie together? The preschool thing. That she wanted them to learn about it, or did she use them in her class? Tell me about it. I need to know. Oh, Cheryl said, with my drop spindle. Got it. Got it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the tour this year. Maybe. Maybe I will. Angie said, the superwash I bought smelled very strongly like perm lotion. It's put me off buying more. I bet you that's what it was, Angie. Hello, Robin. Newbie, welcome. Where are you from, Robin? Oh, Crystal has another really good suggestion. She said, try practicing treadling with music on. I've heard people say also to sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Personally, I think you should sing Ba Ba Black Sheep because obviously, but I guess pick your own song. Bye, Kai. Kai said, anyways, on my way to sheep farm, so I have to go. Have a great week. Eileen said, hi, Robin, welcome. Oh, I meant to ask you guys. Okay, so does anybody have breeds of yarn or wool, I guess wool, that they would like to spin that they have never had the chance to breed, never had the chance to buy, and it's kind of like their dream spin, if that makes sense. Hello, Rita. Rita said, camping and playing Runebound. I don't know that game. With family, just popped in to say hi. Tina said, switched accounts. My mom would have the silkworms in her class every year and would give my boys some to raise at home. I have so many empty cocoons at home because, of course, we always let them. Okay, Elsbeth said, cute. I know it's right this time. Elizabeth said baby doll. Okay. Crystal is also interested in baby doll. Bonnie said Gotland. This is fascinating, you guys. Don said hello. All hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you are. Eileen said CVM or Rommeldale or any Native American breeds. Oh, Crystal just wants to hug the smiling sheep. Could the Southdown, you mean? Oh, sorry. Baby doll is the tiny version, the early version of the Southdown. I always get it mixed up. Okay, Tina said hatch. So she always let them hatch, as the chat said. I see. Got it. You always let them hatch. Okay, Celtic Seahorse said cashmere, and so did Kay Nelson. Okay, now why? Tell me again what the breed is and why. I know Crystal said because she wants to hug them. I get it. Evie said alpaca, hemp, and bamboo. All blended, or just are those different, separate? Jan said spinning more BFL. It's so silky and also has stretch. Love it. Oh, the valet black nose. Elizabeth said, oh, and that cute little sheep with the black nose that starts with a V. I've heard the wool is not so, like, that it's very coarse. Let's put it that way. Oh, Joanne, I get it. Joanne said, I've been binging your breed study and I want to try all of them. Angie said, I would like to try Sway, even if it is short staples. I don't know. Have I spun that? Was that in my breed study? I feel like it might have been. Evie said, I just bought some Rambouillet. Rita said BFL. Crystal said Southdown baby doll. Yes, they're smiling. I want to hug them. So cute. They are really cute. Carrie said, I hadn't realized how many breeds I've spun until you asked. I can't think of anything I'd like to spin that I haven't already. Okay, then what would you like to spin again, Carrie? Like, what's one that you find yourself buying over and over? And I'm not doing research for my shop, so don't think that I'm doing that. I'm just curious. Jerry said, I just bought some CVM roving because I have never spun that before. Eileen said CVM or Rommeldale, as I cannot get it in the UK. Eileen, how would you feel about some washed locks? I'm sorry, my hair is tickling me. Because I have bags and bags. Anne said Kiviute, yak, cashmere, camel, any of the luxury fibers. Cheryl said I keep a notebook of the different ones I have spun. Rita said, also finished the Corriedale with locks. Will post when wet. Please do, Rita. I'd love to see it. Is that what that black stuff was, Rita? Was that Corriedale? Karen said, I want to cuddle a baby doll. I want the biggest, most amazing, lustrous, most beautiful Romney fleece and just sit and slow spin. There's nothing prettier when they are. I love Romney. Anne said, soy is sticky. I spun a merino soy. Oh, soy is sticky. I spun a merino soy blend and hated it. Eileen said, I have lots of sway. Let me know, Trish. I would send you some. I am on breed 62. Wow. We should trade, Eileen. You want to? Let's trade some. Because I got lots. It's washed, but that's it. Joanne said, I want to hug the sheep until... Rhonda said, I want to raise baby doll Southdowns. They're so cute. Angie said, Kiviute is to die for. So light. It is really fun to spin. It's lovely. Carrie said, BFL, and I like a little flax in a blend. All right. Evie said, I don't know. I'm new to that kind of fiber. Do I blend it or do I do it separately? Which one, Evie? Anne said, I have a boatload of Caracool. I am sure that's not right, but we're saying it. Roving, if anyone wants to try it. Craft Design said, disappointed. This isn't research for the shop. It might lead to great purchases. Joanne said, I want to hug the sheep until I get close enough to smell them. I kind of like it. I mean, they don't usually smell, gross. Sometimes the rams smell a little gross. Mel said, I just got some CVM roving last week too. Rita said, yes, the black was, thank you, Rita. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Sure. Eileen, absolutely. Let's talk. Let's talk. Sally said, I have alpaca. Awesome. Okay, Kimberly said, Valet Black Nose is very coarse wool. I have a pound that I scoured and was shocked by its coarseness. Hey, there's always saddle blankets. Carrie said, I love flicking Romney locks, but don't love the yarn I get. It's beautiful, but makes me itchy. Have you tried more than one different fleece? Because I have noticed that there is a lot of variation. Hello, Stabby Hooker. She said, afternoon. Hope you are all doing well. Rhonda said, I want to try some debouillé. I saw a ranch that raised them in New Mexico last year, and I've wanted to spin it since. I have had the chance to spin it twice, and it's awesome. I feel it's very different from almost anything. I can't think of anything that's the same or so similar. It's weird. It's cool, though. Tina said, I've only been spinning for 10 months and have spun alpaca, BFL, some blends, Angora, camel, and some more. Some I have processed myself. I have enjoyed them all, but really enjoyed the camel. I loved the baby camel that I spun, I guess, last summer. It was in a Paradise package. Celtic Seahorse said, there does seem to be a lot of breeds we can't get in the UK. One of these days, I'll plan to do a breed study. Crystal said the Valet Black Nose would be good coat wool. Maybe. I've not felt it. I've only can say what I have heard. Stabby Hooker said, I'm seriously considering part-time opening my own Etsy shop. Can anyone give me any advice? I would like to dye roving in yarn and some self-striping yarn as well. How much have you done as far as dyeing so far? Oh, gosh, advice is hard. Etsy is hard. I would never discourage you. I really think anybody can do it. It takes time. It's going to be probably harder than you think. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It's great in its way. If you were thinking like Etsy or my own website, I would definitely start with Etsy because they market for you. I'm trying to think of other things that go along with Etsy. Mel said, I got some U.S. Polworth and it's got a lot of VM and is short. It will be an adventure. Anne said, I'm curious to try blending wool and cotton. Has anyone done that? Would it work? You can blend anything. Athena said, I love animals. I've been avoiding silk. Recently, I read the larvae are allowed to hatch for tussa silk instead of boiling the little lovelies alive. Is this true? I don't know. I would like to know, though. Tina said, our local store has a pin they do not carry anymore with a nose over a skein of yarn sniffing the yarn. I understand it now. Crystal said, when it comes to silk moth. Okay, so then it was cut off. Carrie said, no, and that's fair. I'm still on that first Romney fleece I got, even sending, yep, I know. She said, even sending you a pound, I had more than 6 pounds left. Yes, I have a pound of a fleece that Carrie washed and sent me. Bless your heart. You did the hard part. Rita said a friend gave me some rabbit Angora for my birthday and I've yet to try it. That sounds fun. I do like spinning Angora. Kimberly said, I'm working on washing my sheep fibers, and they are the breeds I love. Gotland, Shetland, BFL, Tunis, Wensleydale, CVM, Cross, Navajo, Churro, and Tessel, Cross, Merino, Wensleydale. Have a few people I'm trading with. There you go. Crystal said, oh, sorry. Okay, so she got back. When it comes to silk moth death, realize when they are adult moths, they can't eat, and their life very, very short. Interesting. Did not know that. Celtic Seahorse said to Rita, it's very silky to spin. I find I have to have it blended with BFL. I can see that. Mel said, hope you are all well this weekend. Popped in while taking a break from flooring. Just started knitting with the first blonde I spun. What is that code for, Mel? Hello, Jan. Karen said, probably one of the most pleasing spins is a super fine merino. Select the locks side by side from the fleece. Process them gently together and spin them all tip to end for shawl. Knit in order. That sounds really fun. Stabby Hooker said, I'll post my self-striping yarn in the group. Shaylee craned it in a tube for me. Now, what is that supposed to be? Craned it. Peace silk is hatched. Oh my gosh, you guys know so much about silk. Joanne said, has anyone spun their pet's hair something not typical fiber species? Not I haven't spun my own pet's hair on purpose, but I did do a spin for a lady who has what are the big white dogs? They're named Pyrenees, a Great Pyrenees. She saved his brushings and he passed away unexpectedly. So I washed it, spun it, and dyed it in a rainbow. And she had it made into like a bracelet, earrings, and I think one other thing so that she would have it to remember him. And it was a lot like spinning Angora because it's short, the undercoat is short, and it has absolutely no crimp. So it's a lot like Angora. Carrie said I was doing myself a favor. I feel like it's a never-ending fleece. I appreciate it. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I appreciate it. Karen said, I can bury my face in a sheep fleece and be happy. Not poopy parts, obviously. Of course. Love sheep smells. I used to think it was gross, and I think it's like Pavlovian now. I've had so much happy times with like sheep smell, like washing it and processing all of it. Now I love it. Elizabeth said to Kimberly, how is the tunis to spin? I've been very curious about that one. Our Eileen is doing a huge breed study. She's done twice as many breeds as you can find in the breed study that I did. Gosh, a couple years ago now. There's a bee in here. No panicking. There's a bee in here. Oh, that's all right. Sorry. Celtic Seahorse said to Anne, you can buy cotton and wool blended yarn, so can't see why you can't blend it. I agree. You can do anything. It might turn out super awesome. You might love it. Tina said, yes, the moths live long enough to mate and lay eggs, only a few days to maybe a week. Okay, Mel said BFL. Wait a minute. Whoops. Okay, that was weird. Hang on. Apparently I can't scroll up today. Sorry. Carrie said, whoops, I am considering spinning my cat's fur. It's like Angora, but I think just enough to make a woven square. A lot of people blend it when they do that with like their pet's hair, and it does make sense. Wow, Mel said my mother-in-law made a vest out of her golden retriever's fur. So itchy. Good to know. Rita said you could save up, Carrie. True. Peter. Jerry said I've spun some Shih Tzu for a woman. It spun up beautifully but felted so easily that I lost a bunch. When you were washing it, you mean, Jerry? Or during the process? Rita said I tried for a bit. It felted. Bye, Joanne. Have a great week. I'm going to have to... Oh, we're almost done anyway. Anne said I love spinning texture like Cheviot. Sally asked, what is the best way to DIY a blocking board? Sally, it depends on what kind of space you have. But if you have a big enough space, I have a big piece of like house wrap that I use, and it is awesome. You can lay it on the floor. You can hang it on the wall. But also, if you don't have a lot of space, you know those kids' foamy puzzle-shaped mat things? And actually, you can buy them for like shop floors for places where people stand for a long time because they're really cushiony. Those are great too. And you can take them apart and then just like set them aside, which is really nice if you don't have as much space. Oh, Jerry. Thanks, Jerry. Jerry said, please hit the like button. I forgot. Thank you. Karen said, I have a Polish Tatra, which is 130 pounds and never stops shedding. I don't know that breed. I have about 2 pounds of his hair that I've saved up over the years. It's actually prized for warmth in the old days. I'm going to have to look that one up. Carrie said to Jerry, exactly, it's so fine. Yeah. Thank you, Jan. Cheryl said, comb the dog hair, then spin it before washing, as it will mat real bad. I did. I think I washed it after I spun it, actually, because it wasn't very dirty. Kimberly said, I love spinning the tunis, but my cinnamon feels much softer than others I've encountered. Oh, Karen, I didn't know that. She said, my husband started making beautiful blocking boards. I'll get some pictures and share with you guys on Facebook. He just kind of makes him. He's not selling them. Oh, yeah. But people are hitting him up. There you go. He's also doing some nice blending boards just for fun. Well, that's the right kind of husband. Just for fun. I'm just making these tools that you can use. No one like that. Celtic Seahorse said, Sally, wooden chopping board and carding cloth that replaces, that would be a blending board. But yes, that replaces old drum carder. Staple the cloth to the chopping board. Thank you, Eileen. Eileen said, exactly. Don't forget to press like. I forgot all about it. Rhonda said, I use those puzzle edge squares as blocking boards. I have the big ones for the floor. Oh, she found them at Sam's. I think I saw them there too now that you mention it, Rhonda. Isn't it nice that you can just take them apart and just put them away and they don't take up a lot of space? I mean, it's really nice that way. Kimberly said, I'm putting together some of my sheep's fibers to ship for Eileen for her breed study in exchange for some UK breeds we can't get here. Bye, Mel. Have fun in your flooring. I hope you're wearing padded knee pad things. Danielle said, sounds like your husband. Exactly. Yeah, John's not going to ever make them for sale, but it's been so handy that he's made some of that stuff. Elsbeth, you too. Have a great week. I am headed out in just a minute. Oh, Chris, darn. Hi. I said darn because you're getting here at the end. Celtic Seahorse said, okay, every time you say Eileen, I keep looking up as Eileen is my name. My gosh. Seahorse is my nickname. There were seahorses in my mom's family crest, so I actually have a small seahorse tattoo. Rhonda said, yes, I love that I can put them away. She has also used foam core board with a towel on it. That'd be nice. Okay, Karen, thank you. Because they make it look tempting. Karen said, beware, just a little FYI, beware of buying yarn on Temu. Okay, Chris also just watches the replay. Okay, I always feel so bad when someone gets here and I'm like, okay, bye. But like today, I have to go. I'm sorry. Eileen said, yay, I'm foreseeing it in a Northern American corner in my breed study blanket. You guys are the best. I do have to go, you guys. I'm sorry. Elizabeth has the kids' puzzle floor pieces too. Mine are kids' ones for real. I bought them at a garage sale for like $1.25 or something crazy. Have a great week. No, don't say that. Chris makes me feel bad. I will see you guys. Well, I guess you'll see me Tuesday. I won't get to see you, but I'll see you after. Have a great week. Kieran's got a lot going on. Saw you jump on today and was happy to be. I'm glad you were here too. I appreciate you all. You don't know. I don't know how to show you or tell you. I really don't have the words. Oh. All right. We're going to get Mexican food in a little while, so I gotta go. But I love you, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.